What's up, everybody? 1.1 of Neverness to Everness is finally here, and that means one thing. The Porsche collab has finally dropped. I pulled this bad boy last night, and now it's time to take it onto the savage streets of PvP racing. I predicted before the patch that most likely, if you don't have a Porsche, you will lose because of how fast this bad boy can go, and most likely all the matches after the first initial ranks will be just 4 Porsches going at it. Was I correct? Let's find out today on trueeevil Plays NTE. Before we even start, let's just see how fast this thing is. Bro, it's 212. That's like, I think that's 80% faster than the lowest car. And then like the acceleration is like doubled. So that's like absolutely crazy. I feel sorry for anyone who's going to have any of those like shorter cars. Okay, looks like we're in a match where nobody has the Porsche, so I do think we are going to absolutely mog because I think my car's 80% faster than all the other ones. So I don't know about you guys sports fans, but I do think I'm going to win by like 2,000 meters on this. It's not even close. The Porsche is just so much faster. Like, you're not going to be able to do online racing, I think, without this bad boy. Unfortunate. There it is, boys. We're four Porsches. Pro driver? Bro is grinding. So with the tires, like, if you get the snow, does that like help the rain, or is it just like one aspect, right? Because like technically snow is like frozen rain, so like hopefully it's a little better. Okay, we're doing what in the lag spike, dude? What happened? It lagged. That's like actually upsetting because his car was invisible and it just like randomly pops up and knocks my car and I lose the race. I bet he is a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know why I think that. It's just a hunch. Just a little hunch. I can tell that this car's handling isn't the best because I did feel like the brakes were pretty much non-existent. So let's see how that is, because that's going to really affect turning, which is probably going to come up. Let's see. Brake. Okay. The handbrake is non-existent. That is probably why the turning did not feel the best. So we definitely need to get a mod to either improve drifting or rain tires. Let's see how much rain tires are. $500,000 for tires. That's kind of crazy, dude. Like, if I went to Costco and they told me it was $500,000 to change my tires, I would call the police. So that's kind of nuts. Let's see, suspension. It's probably here for the drifting, right? Let's see how much it is to improve drifting. Okay, so it's 4 million fawns to improve drifting. So when is that double fawns event? It's in 5 days. Okay. Counting down the days for double fawns, because no shot we're going to be getting this until then. So unfortunately we can't mod the car day one. It is what it is on these savage streets. It's time, boys. The 4-man race. Everyone's with a Porsche. You know the drill. This is what it's all about. Porsche on Porsche action. Let's get in there. All right, boys. 4 Porsches, 1 dream. That's what this is all about. Did you see that car? What? Dude. The lag is actually insane on this. The thing is even if you are behind, there is always a chance, just because the car's handling is so bad without upgrades, and I assume nobody can pay for the upgrades right now, that it's just any man's race. As long as the first player doesn't crash after the initial crashes, because there will be crashes. I am the... Wait, what? It said I was in first. What happened? Did I lose by like a second? I lost by .04 seconds? That's kind of crazy. I didn't even see them. Okay, so after those races, I've come to my conclusions on how I feel about the Porsche itself, which the first thing is obvious. The Porsche is incredibly fast. If you're in a race and you're the only Porsche, you can probably wreck 10 times and still get first place. But the thing that was really evident, especially with just a race that had all Porsches, was that the racing servers had high latency. And what that does is because the cars are so fast, they will like spike up randomly instead of being like smoothly transitioning, and that makes it really difficult to race in a multiplayer way competitively, right? Because cars would sometimes be invisible and then just pop out of nowhere. And because the handling on this car itself is pretty abysmal, as you can see here, it sometimes you just like crash and it just like ruins the entire race for you. So that's not great. But that just means I'm not going to be like thinking about doing this competitively, right? What I really liked about the speed of this car was it was making it so all the races, even if you do poorly, be a little bit over 2 minutes. So you're looking between like a little bit less than 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 15 seconds for pretty much every race. And what this does is it means you can burn your city stamina super quickly, and that is really nice, especially for me because I do feel like sometimes city stamina feels like a chore. And with the Hathor daily life skill plus this car, I'm going to be able to most likely burn my city stamina in 30 minutes total, which is really, really nice. So that's a great quality of life. I do feel like this car's handling is absolutely abysmal, though, and I can't see how much better it is with the mods because the mods are incredibly expensive. I mean, it was almost, I forgot how much the rain tires were exactly, but it was like, it was between 350K and half a mil, which that's pretty ridiculous. But I do think this car needs snow tires. I do think it needs the drifting upgrade. I forgot how. Yeah, it was at least 3 million. It was like between 3 and 4, maybe even 5. I don't remember. It was really expensive, but I do think the car's handling is so poor that if you don't want to get this car, I think it's perfectly fine. And I would wait until they release a car that has a little bit less max speed and more handling. Personally, because I did get this car and I spent $80 on it, well, I'm just going to upgrade it and hope for the best because I'm not really taking the racing competitive just from seeing the cars just lag spike out. But this is a great way to burn city stamina. So I am going to be doing races. I'm really glad I got this car. It's going to be really quick traversing the map and stuff, and it definitely feels a lot better to ride around the overworld with than say like the red car. So it's definitely great. It's going to cut out like 30 minutes out of my week on parts of the game that I consider chores. And I just, I like it, but I do think if you want to take racing seriously, you should wait until you get a better car that has the handling you would want for a racing game. So those are my opinions. I do think it's a personal opinion, and the quality of life of making the city stamina really quick to burn is something that like is definitely going to be really desirable, right? Because it means that even though this is kind of like a pay to win aspect, it's also like a pay to convenience on like doing things that you don't like quicker. And I do like racing games. I play Mario Kart a lot, but like I do think with the high latency, it just means I'm not going to have the most fun and I'm not going to take this seriously. But, it is what it is on these savage streets. I'm still, I don't know if this was worth $80, but I do feel a lot better with my purchase after trying it out and seeing how cool it is. So let me know in the comments how you feel about the Porsche, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm probably going to make it on the new Bagel app because it is interesting. Can I make it as a bagel content creator?